Yeah, starting to my left, I got my senior, Frederick Reese. He play all different positions. He can play receiver, he can play DB, kick return specialist. Pretty much a guy you can put anywhere on the field. Next to him, Darren Lewis, same type of athlete. You know, you can put him anywhere. Running back, receiver, DB, kick returner, punt returner, just all around athlete. Right here to my right, I have Joel Ray. Joy, he played linebacker for us, DN. You know, also can play running back, fullback. So another athlete for you. Pretty much you can utilize him in a lot of different areas. On down to my right, I have another senior, Tristan Carter. You know, Tristan is the guy who he can come off the edge, playing DN. You know, also put him in the tight end position. Big body for you, where you can use in the tight end spot, and also like to attack and rush the quarterback.
Coach, you know, coming in your first year, what have you tried to do with your players and your team, and just you've played a lot of football yourself. What have you tried to do to install football in them?
Main thing, just try to set the foundation. You know, set the standard. You know, let everybody know what type of culture you want to create, the type of work ethic. You know, the grind. You know, just trying to embrace them to the grind that you're gonna feel throughout the journey of the season. So just try to instill those things in them. You know, let them know the importance of you know, coming together as a team. You know, building that team chemistry and carrying it over to the field.
Coach, talk a little bit about your offense in this year and what you're going to try to do on the field offensively.
Yeah, I have a lot of athletes on the offensive side. You know, obviously just trying to get the balls in their hands and let them go run and you know, score touchdowns with it. I have a lot of key players right here to my left. Are definitely my key offensive guys who can put the ball in the end zone. So try to spread the field a little bit. You know, make it hard for the defense to figure out what we're doing. You know, try to have a lot of different formations, things like that. So definitely trying to change it up and make it tough for the defense this year.
Frederick, what have you seen your offense Coach Webb's brought to you guys this year?
Yeah, I see. You get me? I see he improving. You know, he been putting in work with us, installing new plays and stuff. You know.
Have you liked what you've seen so far?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Darren, what have you seen your offense, Coach Webb?
Well, we getting stronger, we getting better. Mentally, we getting better, and we just gonna keep improving from now on.
Coach, what are you going to defensively? What's your plan on defense this season?
Defensively, you know, we want to attack. You know, we want to attack the quarterback, attack the running back. You know, attack the offensive line. You know, we want to be very aggressive. You know, obviously we got some dogs on defense. You know, who get out there pretty good, and that's what these two guys on my right going to bring. You know, got a lot of athletes who were young last year. You know, now they have another year under their belt, so we expected them to come along and do better this year. So definitely had a young team last year, but now they got more experience. You know, coming to this year, and definitely gonna have a you know, explosive defense.
Joe, talk a little bit about your defense this season.
So, Coach Webb, he taught us a lot of ways to get the ball out, finish plays, just making the defense more aggressive as a whole, not just individually, but us using each other as a team.
Tristan, what about you defensively?
We've learned to communicate more with each other. You know, because last year we had a problem with communication. You know, linebackers be on one page, defensive line be on another page. So now, like this year, we improved a lot of communication.
Joel, how important it is for your group, that communication?
It's real important because if everybody don't know what's going on, it'll mess up. Like zone be blown, coverage blown, rushing blown, blitz blown. It's just real important.
Is at linebacker, is that your job to sort of set the tone for that?
Yes, sir. Linebackers like the QB of the defense.
Coach Webb, what have you seen in those two guys this season?
I've seen them have they work very hard in the weight room. You know, got strong throughout the off season. Definitely took it serious. You know, I see these guys, they work on their technique, you know, day in, day out. Their defensive line, Coach Josh do a great job with them as far as like working on the technique, you know, knowing different rushes you can have coming off the ball, going against the offensive lineman. So all of these guys, you know, they definitely worked on their craft this year. And it's been a lot of work to put in, man. You know, we've been depositing money this whole off season. Now we're trying to cash out.
Tristan, what's something you guys have done as a team, like during the summer, some fun stuff, or you guys try to get together much off the, you know, outside the football field?
What I can remember was doing together, us as a team going to swim. You know, I can't swim, so I was just, you know, slamming folks. You know,
Joe, what about you?
During the summer, a couple of us did go fishing down in East Lake in the park. We went fishing for about 4 hours and just enjoying nature and stuff.
Coach, how important it is to do some off-field stuff with this group?
Yeah, that's very important. You know, that's a chance for you to build camaraderie. You know, that team chemistry, that bond. You know, anything you do outside of school grounds, you know, is always good. You know, rather you just, you know, you go down the street, walk to the park, you know, or have like a social event, you know, anything like that. You know, it's always good.
Has any of you guys just gone through YouTube and seen Coach Webb's highlights, or what are your thoughts on his playing career, Tristan?
You know, like if it was me on defense, I would have flipped him. But you know, what I did see from him, he was real explosive from what I saw. For him to be what it was, only quarterback receiver. Yeah, I feel like I could do that. I could be the first defensive man tight end in the NFL. You know how to be. But from what I saw, I enjoyed watching him though. You know, he did a lot of great things in his career.
Joe, what about you?
I agree with my teammate. He's a great player. I still do something to him, but I agree with my team. He was a great player, a great athlete, and he did his job and got what he wanted to be.
Coach, how important is, you know, with your career where you can take it down to their level to pass on the stuff that you've learned over the years from different coaches?
Yeah, so I just try to, you know, think back to the times when I was in high school, you know, the stuff I was missing, the stuff that I needed, that I didn't necessarily have. So that's why I try to give back to these guys, whether it be information, you know, whether it be putting them through a workout, you know, introducing them to different coaches, you know, things like that. Obviously, it's a different time than when I was in high school, you know, with the social media and everything. So that aspect I'm still learning about. But just as far as, you know, the work ethic and what it takes to get to the next level, you know I can show that to them without a doubt.
Anybody else?
Coach, I think we're going to wrap it up with this. Let's go on over here to Reese real quick. Reese, in one word, what does it mean to be a Mustang?
Being tough,
Tough? Loose?
having grit,
Grit? Ray?
Go get him.
Go get it. Carter?
Greatest.
Greatest? Coach, you want to wrap it up for us?
I would
Final
say
thoughts?
hungry. You know, these guys hungry. They hungry for it.
You want to wrap it up? Say anything else? Final thoughts?
You know, we looking forward to have a great season. You know, these guys put in a lot of work, and you know, I think this will be a year where you know we take the next step.